the 2010 season comes down to. We're with you exclusively live, and this is the 2010 ANZ Championship Grand Final.
The Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic here in Adelaide are facing off against the Adelaide Thunderbirds. At the end of the day, we will have a new champion for 2010.
Now, both the Magic and the Thunderbirds have played in the Grand Final, but neither have gone away with the spoils.
One will, though, this afternoon. It is going to be one heck of a match. Sit tight. The Thunderbirds hosting Nolene Tarua and a Magic side who believe they've got what it takes to go all the way.
The Magic stay alive.
It's important for us to be here, not only for the team but also for our franchise, and also to represent New Zealand, you know, be one of the franchises here. So it's exciting. We're here, we want to punch it through, we just don't want to be here, you know, we want to finish it off. It's amazing, and I'm honoured to actually be here, and, you know, just one more step is all we need, one big punch.
Yes, welcome to Adelaide, where coach Nolene Tarua and her Magicians are in town to take the sting out of the Thunderbirds. It's New Zealand's best performed in ANZ this year against Australia's best, and there'll be no love lost in this picture postcard city. The Adelaide Entertainment Centre is sold out for this grand final. In fact, tickets were out the door 12 minutes after they went on sale. It's a netball mad city, but the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic have every intention of raining on the Thunderbirds parade in this 2010 ANZ Championship Grand Final. Yes, hi everyone, and welcome to this magnificent stadium. It's Grand Final day, and we are with you exclusively live as we march you towards pass-off between the Magic and the Thunderbirds. Very soon there'll be 10,000 screaming fans in this magnificent stadium. So I guess, Anna Stanley, that's got to be the first subject matter. How do the Magic deal with this?
Well, they cope with it by staying focused. Look, there's no denying that the crowd, the atmosphere will be in favour of the Thunderbirds here this afternoon. They've played two minor semi-finals here on their home turf over the last 2 years in this ANZ competition. They've won them both. They like winning at home. I guess the biggest hurdle the Magic have to overcome is the crowd, but at the end of the day, a court's a court wherever you play.
Sure is. Well, the whole gang is here with us as Sky bring you our exclusively live coverage of Grand Final. So with that in mind, let's go out and about now and catch up with match commentator Jenny Woods.
Well, Reg, you find me all alone. I'm not meant to be on my own, but an expired one of these has put paid to the appearance of one Catherine Harvey-Williams with us today. So, Kath, missing you, but I just wonder, the Thunderbird stalwart that you are, I wonder if it's a little bit of an omen. But what a fantastic centre this is, the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. First time it's been used for sport, but as you can see, a good number of Waikato Bay Plenty people are here, and look at this. How's this for cocky? They've already got their hands on the trophy. So let's hope it comes back to bite them.
Very good, Jen. Well, at least you look like you're in good company. It might come back to bite them, but to be fair, Annie, that was not intentional, having two Thunderbirds on the front of the local paper.
Yes, we've heard about it ever since we touched down here in Adelaide. The Magic, turning up half an hour late to the press conference. Laura Langman was supposed to be on the front page holding that cup with Natalie Von Berto, but instead they used Monia Gerard. It might go to bite them in the bum. But look, at the end of the day, grand finals time. They say it comes down to the top 2 inches, and there's no doubting that the Magic have got it all going on.
The whistle goes. Laura Langman gets the Magic underway. Can they pull something out of the bag today?
Yeah, I think we've taken the mindset now that a netball court's a netball court. It's got 2 posts, it's got 3/3. You know, it doesn't matter if it's in India or Australia or New Zealand. I think that we've shifted our minds to the, you know, it's just a netball court.
You just saw the elation there. Laura Langman and Jade Clark jumping up and down.
I think it's going to be a totally different ball game. It's pretty much dog eat dog out there. We're going to be back in Aussie again, so I think we have to stick to our game plan once again, because it just shows when we do stick to it how it comes off, but also we need to step up one more bit, that little inch more, just to make things happen.
They're looking confident, and you know, each and every player, you'd have to say, for this Magic side has stepped up.
It's a chance to actually win a grand final and do it with 12 people that we've actually grown really close with over the last 7 months, and it'll just be fantastic to win it, not for our team and for our franchise, but our friends and family and the rest of New Zealand.
It means a lot because, you know, over the past years we've been making it, haven't been quite being able to pull it off, but this year I think we've got the goods to do it.
And just a sense that in that Magic camp, there's been some real momentum gained over the past few weeks.
Yeah, and it's certainly turned around for them. Round 13, prior to that, they had lost 3 games on the trot. Since round 13, they've won 4. To their credit, they took the criticism on board, they regrouped as a team and are playing their best netball. And let's not forget that the Magic side have star players in their team, and when it comes to grand finals time, that's when you need your star players to rise. So a little bit of pressure on some of the Magic players here this afternoon.
Well, just a reminder that both of these sides have played grand final netball before. In 2009 it was the Thunderbirds against the Vixens, then back in 2008 it was the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic against the New South Wales Swifts, and what a game that was.
This flashback's proudly brought to you by Fisher & Paykel.
A Trans-Tasman final for the first Trans-Tasman ANZ Championship. This showdown between the New South Wales Swifts and the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. An early break for the home side. And that's one that's just a little bit too high, even for Catherine Cox. Terrific competition. You just feel things have gone up a gear. Oh, cheeky thing. She heard you, Ken. And the Swifts make history in Sydney. Fantastic scenes here at Sydney's Ace Arena.
I looked up with about 4 minutes left and saw that we had a healthy margin, which still makes me nervous against a side like Magic. They're a star-studded lineup, and you know that they're going to fight right to the end, and they did.
Yeah, I think for a lot of the match we were just chasing, and we did put in a good effort in patches, but you know, the Swifts are a great side and they thoroughly deserve that win.
Look at the joy etched on the faces of these girls.
It's why you play the game for moments like these.
The Adelaide Entertainment Centre, where in just over half an hour we'll have ourselves a new ANZ Championship title holder. We will have live pass-off for you. We're counting down to the grand final between the home side Thunderbirds and the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. Two sides vying to take home the crown for the very first time. Yes, hi there everyone. What a venue, what a game, and what an afternoon of netball. Annie, we talk so much about the step up between the regular season and finals netball. It's a whole other step again, isn't it, to a grand final?
Yeah, look, there's nothing like it. The pressure's on, the pressure's greater, there's higher expectation. This game will simulate a test match, and you'd have to say that this is the #1 semi-professional competition in the world of netball, so you'd have to say it is going to be a big spectacle.
Yeah, you bet it is. Well, it's time to duck out and about now again and catch up with match commentator Jenny Woods, and as I understand it, she's found a very special guest for us.
I'm with former Australian great, or current Australian great, Vicky Wilson. Vicky, I've got to ask you, it's been 2 weeks since the Thunderbirds knew they were going to be here today. Since then, the Magic, they've covered more than 8,500 kilometres. Who's better off, the team waiting or the team playing?
Well, no doubt the travel would have been taxing, but I'm sure they would have managed their training load. But on the other hand, the Thunderbirds are very fresh, they're energised, and I think perhaps that week off, there's no reason for them to have any excuses. They're all feeling very strong in the mind and in the body.
Also, can't let you go before asking you about the feeding of the Magic. You were a bit critical of Langman and Solia before the Swifts game. How do you think they gained?
Well, they answered it, didn't they? They came back, they had that strong connection. I thought in particular Solia really stood up and delivered it. We haven't seen that consistency in her game for quite some time, and they certainly were wonderful in that game.
Okay, so time to put you on the line. Who's going to win?
Oh, T-Birds by 3.
Thanks, Vicky. Enjoy the game.
Love the words of Vicky Wilson, don't we? Okay, so what do you think about Laura Langman's feeding? Because I just think she stepped up so much in 2010.
Well, she's one of 7 of the Magic players that stepped up. Irene Van Dijk's positioning in the circle has been incredible. And, you know, great to hear Vicky Wilson say then that she thinks Langman stepped up, as has Solia. But look, when we talk about the Thunderbirds, there's always a lot of talk whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, taking that direct route to the grand final. The Thunderbirds, they've had a week off and they're feeling pretty confident.
So we can look out for some fireworks. Plenty of chatter in that circle.
I think obviously as much rest time as you can get is definitely great in preparation for playing against these tough games and tough teams each week. So to be able to have 2 weeks and the weekend off in between gives us more time on the training track to prepare, and obviously we're taking that to full advantage, and hopefully that will show on the grand final.
Here come the Thunderbirds.
Adelaide's definitely a great city to be in, and to play for Adelaide Thunderbirds has been a privilege, and definitely the supporters get behind the team whether we're doing well or not so well. So the fact that we brought the grand final home to them, I think we'll definitely see that blanket of teal come grand final day.
Well, she's a key player today, is Jiva Mentor. And from an ANZ Championship perspective, the tickets to this grand final at this amazing venue did sell out in 12 minutes. A team from either side of the ditch. It's so good, isn't it?
Look, it's great for the game, it's great for the competition. You'd have to say it's New Zealand versus Australia out there, so look, the pressure's on the line. But when you look at both these sides, the Thunderbirds, the Magic, they've made the top 4 ever since this ANZ Championship started in 2008. So you'd have to say that the winner will be the most consistent performer ever in the ANZ history.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good track record, do the Thunderbirds and the Magic, not just in regular season play, as Annie said, in finals play as well. As we now check out the Fisher and Paykel head-to-head for the grand final.
The head-to-head is proudly brought to you by Fisher and Paykel.
The Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic know that if they lose, their season is over.
Yeah, great pass.
What can she do with it? Well, the Magic stay alive. 53-44.
We're back live in Adelaide, where the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic will throw the book at the Adelaide Thunderbirds over the next 60. Last week against the Swifts, they showed they've broken the hoodoo and can win here in Australia. But can they win here 2 weeks in a row and in a grand final? Yes, hi everybody, welcome back. It's wonderful to have you with us, and boy, this is almost a test match atmosphere. It's an incredible crowd in, and boy, they make a racket when the Thunderbirds just about breathe in, breathe out. So the Magic are in for a challenge, that's for sure. Anna Stanley, I know this is a tough one, but for you, what is the absolute key?
Well, look, I think the umpiring is going to come into it. It's a good thing that we've got Mandy Nottingham here in New Zealand to umpire. Let's hope we get her down the Magic end in the last quarter. The goal attack position is the key for me, especially for the Magic. If 2 go back on Van Dijk, Jodie Brown and Frances Solier have to put in a pretty strong performance. And of course, you can't go past the crowd. That's got to come into play at some stage.
You bet it does. Okay, let's check out the starting 7 wearing Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic colours now. And no spanners thrown, tried and true.
Yep, the 7 that's been performing for Nolene Taurua over the last 4 weeks. So Casey Williams pairs up with Jodie Todd down the defensive end. In the mid-court, led by their captain, Laura Langman. In at centre, Frances Solier and Jade Clark on either wing. And down the shooting end, well, you've got the most accurate shooter in the world, Irene Van Dijk, pairing up with Jodie Brown. Off the bench, well, I can't see Nolene Taurua making too many changes.
And of course, the coach, as Annie mentioned, of the Magic, the somewhat eclectic Nolene Taurua, who's now standing by with commentator Jenny Woods.
Well, Nolene, we've heard about tackle bags and broomsticks at training. Have you been getting ready for a netball game or a war?
Yeah, it's all it is just to prepare ourselves mentally, physically for the unexpected out on court.
And can you put in words just how much this game means?
Yeah, this game is very important to us. This is what we set ourselves in the beginning of the season, but it's not the final measurement of the success of the team. So we're very much looking forward to this game.
Well, Nolene, you've got the country behind you. Go to it.
Thank you.
So Jodie Brown, well, her performance today, you just can't say how important it's going to be.
Yeah, look, she's been in sensational form over the last few weeks, pairing up with Van Dijk. It's in particular those feeds in, but as I said earlier, if 2 go back on Van Dijk, Brown really needs to step up. The good thing is she can shoot long range, she's accurate, her stats are sitting at 83%. So, look, she's in good form.
Not bad at all. The other key player, I guess, has to be Casey Williams. She's stepped up over the past month, really, hasn't she? And, boy, she needs to go well again tonight. One more game, Case.
Just one more game. Look, she's the #1 defender in the world at the moment. And the good thing is that the last time she played the Thunderbirds, she made Jane Woodlands-Thompson play all 3 shooters. In fact, Borrego actually had a stint on the bench. So you'd have to say she got the better of Borrego. And look, this afternoon, it's going to be a big one down in that goal circle for Casey.
Okay, let's take a look now at the 7 who'll be wearing the teal of the Adelaide Thunderbirds for this grand final. Carla Borrego gets the start.
And Erin Bell gets the nod in at goal attack. But down the defensive end, look, this is the #1 defensive combination, you'd have to say, in the competition. Monia Gerard and Jiva Mentor in at goal keep. In the middle, led by Natalie Von Berto, Emily Beaton at wing attack, and Shani Leighton in at wing defence. And down the shooting end, the most prolific goal shooter, Carla Borrego at goal shoot. And today, Erin Bell gets the nod at goal attack. If she doesn't perform, you can imagine a change with Kate Beveridge coming on at some stage.
And the coach of the Thunderbirds, the astute Jane Woodlands-Thompson, who's now with Jen.
Well, Jane, you've opted not to start with your 2 twin towers in the shooting circle. Tell us about the Erin Bell selection.
Very difficult. They've both trained the house down, but at the end of the day, we put all the statistics and the vision together, and Erin's movement got her over the line to start, but we might see some changes.
And how important this massive home crowd?
Oh, it's super. It's very important for us.
Well, thanks, Jane. Good luck and joy.
Thank you.
Well, Carla Borrego, the last time the Adelaide Thunderbirds played against the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, was benched and Kate Beveridge was put back to goal shoot. So Borrego has a chance to prove herself in the grand final. No pressure.
But since then, look, she had a fantastic game against the New South Wales Swifts 2 weeks ago. She shoots 72% of the Thunderbirds' goals, so they certainly rely on her. And look, as I said, against the Swifts, she was in sensational form. I think the biggest change, Emily Beaton was feeding her so solidly. So, you know, look for that combination here today.
Down the other end, Jiva Mentor is one of the players in World Netball who can get under the skin of Irene van Dijk.
Let's hope she doesn't this afternoon. But look, Jiva Mentor and Monia Gerard work really well as a combination. That is why the Thunderbirds have the best defensive record in this ANZ competition this afternoon. They're up against, I guess, the best shooting team in the Magic.
Well, it's upon us, the 2010 ANZ Championship Grand Final. Can the Magic cause their second upset in a row? Or will the Thunderbirds deliver for their fans? Time to find out as we hand you over to Sky's match commentator, Jenny Woods.
Yes, the stadium in Adelaide absolutely set as the teams take to the court. Packed here, more than 9,000 people in the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. The first time this centre has been used for a sporting occasion. Usually they're held at the nearby Etsa Park. That stadium deemed not big enough for an occasion such as this. And as we've already heard, tickets for this grand final of the 2010 ANZ Championship sold out in just 12 minutes. The good news for our New Zealand viewers is that there were about 150 for Waikato Bay of Plenty fans who managed to cross the Tasman. And I can assure you, the cowbells are ringing here in Adelaide. And they will have to ring rather loudly, I suspect, to be heard over this very fervent home crowd for the Adelaide side. With me this afternoon, former New Zealand captain Anna Stanley. Anna, at various stages in this competition, it looked like neither of these teams would make the final, so what happened?
Well, the interesting thing is that you've probably got two of the most inconsistent teams making the grand final, but both of them won the games that they needed to win. Round 13, it all changed for the Magic. They regrouped. They started to perform well, and look, that Thunderbirds performance against the New South Wales Swifts 2 weeks ago was just sensational. So both hitting form just at the right time.
Yeah, you'd have to say it is just a perfectly set up grand final. Of course, this is the third year of this championship, and we are guaranteed of a new champion for 2010. And I tell you, the atmosphere is like a test match, and just as if it was a test match, we have national anthems as the crowd rises.
would you please remain upstanding for the singing of the Australian
Alison
National
Ray-Jones
Anthem?
there singing the
And
national
welcome
anthem of New Zealand. And now Shannon Noel, runner-up in Australian Idol, will do the honours for Australia.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is judged by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts. Our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
So a very warm reception for the singing of the anthems. As I say, it's not a test match, but boy, it feels like one. Grand final 2010. The Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic crossing the Tasman to the lair of the Adelaide Thunderbirds. A crowd of more than 9,000 have filled in to this marvellous centre, all expecting a tremendous spectacle. And it will be the Thunderbirds who have the first pass. There's Natalie Von Berto, co-captain for the Thunderbirds, accepts the ball. And we are ready for go. Grand final 2010 underway. And sideline with us this afternoon, Andrea McVeigh. Andrea, as I say, very fitting that we should have national anthems because this really is test atmosphere. Early turnover to the Magic. Jade Clark. And Heather Clark made an incredible inclusion into this Waikato Magic side.
She came in round 12. She's literally flown in and had to play against the Swifts last time. Well, great feed in from Langman to Van Dyke. And ever since then, Jade Clark has improved with each time she's had out on the court and formed a great combination with Todd and Williams.
So first blood to the Magic. They score off the Thunderbirds' first pass. And then blow it with a mistake like that. That's not what they will have wanted or practiced. Von Berto cleverly managing to keep that in play.
And Erin Bell nice and tidy on that baseline. She certainly adds speed in at that goal attack position.
Oh, great marking by Williams on Borrego. Lots of jiggling and joggling on that goalpost. Still, it will be Magic throw-in. What can they do with it this time?
Good flow from the Magic, letting the ball go.
Working their way patiently down court, but ultimately losing it out the back.
Yeah. Leighton pressuring Francis Solier there. A massive height difference when you look at Francis Solier and Shani Leighton, nearly 20 centimetres. So Francis Solier's going to need to get her footwork around Leighton to be able to see in the circle.
Oh, nice feed in to Borrego.
And this is where the Thunderbirds last time they played, Beaton was feeding some great balls into Borrego. We saw her then.
So the Thunderbirds are on the table. Might be a nice time to welcome all our Pacific Island neighbours. So many of them taking this commentary as there's a turnover for the Magic. I'm sure those in Samoa will be particularly interested in the performance of their former national captain, Francis Solia. 67 tests for Samoa, did Solia have?
That was great pressure from Langman around the circle edge, then to come away with the intercept.
High ball from Langman. That's what they need to do, isn't it? Let it go. Oh, well done, Chiba Mentor. The crowd love that.
Yeah, good hands from Williams. It was the off arm. It didn't involve the umpire.
And Andrew McVeigh, those lightning quick hands of Casey Williams, that's what the Magic need today, isn't it?
Yeah, we certainly said pre-match that Casey Williams' performance was going to be key, and over the past month she's gained some real momentum. The thing I like about her defensively is that when she's on fire, she's so clean, and that's going to be crucial because the umpires, of course, will play a role today. What a match, Jen, already.
I tell you what, and that's not a bad goal from Jodie Brown.
What a shot. That is a confident goal attack. We're used to seeing her passing and assisting those goals into Van Dijk, but she's showing her confidence, putting the long ones up straight away. As is Langman. She's going for height.
And I can tell you, the bunch making the most noise in the stadium when the Magic scores is the Magic bench. They've got a sort of a clap hand chant going on. Every little bit helps.
Borrego doing a nice little pirouette then.
And finishing off nicely. Jodie Todd finding help. Jodie Todd been under a bit of an injury cloud for the last few weeks since a calf injury, but she's come through and has really been playing some fine netball.
And it just shows her character. She hasn't been in trainings, you know, 100% during the week, but she comes out every weekend and plays a full game, so she's doing a fine job.
Thunderbirds quickly off the mark.
Yeah, nice pop from Borrego.
Not wanting to shoot. The Australian crowd cheering the call of the New Zealand umpire. Doesn't often happen.
Yep, the calls are going to come. They're going to come down Mandy Nottingham's way.
Oh, great pressure from Shani Layton on Francis Solia.
And Jen, just the height difference there between Solia and Layton. They're interesting to see how much that comes into play.
Yeah, and the goal is good from Borrego, so that's a very valuable turnover.
Yeah, better pressure first phase from both Clark and Todd on that centre pass there, so forcing the Thunderbirds back to the line. Again, that away arm from Todd.
Just look at the competition between these two.
Yeah, good distance, Williams.
The cowbells ring, but the goal is good for the Thunderbirds. And the Thunderbirds scoring the last 3 goals. Solia again being pushed back. Layton offside.
But good patience shown, passing back to the line. When they do that, it gives the forward court a chance to reset, come again.
Straight feed from Langman.
Yeah, Langman started strongly with her feeds. She's looking into Van Dijk straight away and showing no hesitancy, which is great.
And that's not a bad feed either while we're talking about them.
Not a bad split either.
There's the arm. Mentor this time. But
yeah, really important when you're a feeder that you pass the ball away from the defender's arms.
And the real strength of Jiva Mentor as a defender is that she has the ability to take that extra step. So where a lot of defenders would lunge, Mentor has the speed and the agility to take the extra step and get ball cleanly.
And Reg, just while we're talking to you, the crowd really starting to get involved in this game.
Yeah, I think it's just the beginning too, Jen. I'm perched right next to the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic bench. So they're going to do their best as well to give their team a heck of a lot of support.
The Thunderbirds take a 2-goal advantage. Look at that from Mentor. And then the chase, which she won. Yet the crowd weren't so keen on Jodie Brown's little nudge of Von Berto. The underarm pass from Gerard. There's that arm again, Anna Stanley.
Yeah, and the arm down this end.
They're going arm mad.
And Jen, that turnover was right in front of me, and just the combination as well between Williams and Jodie Todd.
Leighton providing a good push down court for the Thunderbirds. Halfway through the first quarter of the grand final. 2 goals in it.
Damage contact in attack.
That's sharp from the Thunderbirds.
Borrego showing good timing. She's getting that front cut on Williams. Williams just needs to watch that and maybe start moving around her a bit more, denying that space.
Centre contact.
And Sharon Kelly's, yes, Solia thinking that the ball was hers. I think Sharon Kelly called that the ball had been put up into the arms of the defender. This is a good passage of play for the Thunderbirds. They've scored the last 4. And the Magic are going to want to put the brakes on this.
Magic girls calling out, thinking it was a step then from Borrego. I think it might have been.
She's been a shooting machine for the Thunderbirds this year, hasn't she? And look at this, we've got time called by the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. I think wing attack, Frances Solia.
Well, 5-goal difference. They certainly needed to take a break. The Thunderbirds scoring the last 5 goals. Bit of a momentum shift now, and they need to regroup. Solia just thrown away a couple of passes, got pulled for contact, so she needs to rein it in a little bit.
Yeah, just 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. They're 5 goals down, and this is not the start they would have wanted. They had a much better start in that game against the Swifts, didn't they? They don't want to give up too much momentum here.
Yeah, no, really important that, you know, the game can be won or lost in the first quarter. In the previous finals that we've had in the ANZ competition, it's been pretty big margins, you know, 8 and 9 goals. So that I think today it could be close. So they need to stay in touch with the Thunderbirds and go ahead as soon as they can.
So just under 5 minutes left. 10-5. The Thunderbirds lead the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. And that's just what they didn't need to start with. They're lucky. They'll get this back. But tremendous pressure here being applied by the Thunderbirds.
You can see every ball that the Magic are passing. There's a Thunderbird's hand having a bit of a dabble at it.
And there's another one.
And that's what Andrea was talking about before. The Magic need to take their feet to the ball. Jodie Brown got caught.
And they pay.
Got caught standing there, yeah. And Monia Gerard, you see there, when they come through for intercepts, they punch through.
And you could see Brown hesitate and sort of look around to appeal to the umpire, but it's not much good doing that. Lovely feed from Emily Beaton. Last 7 goals now going the way of the Thunderbirds.
Carla Borrego, 11 from 12 on 92%. So you look at how many shots at goal she's put up compared to Van Dijk, 3 from 4. So they're simply getting the ball down their end.
Oh, and hell ball. Things going awry here for the Magic, you'd have to say.
Not quite the start that we saw from them last week, I think, up against the New South Wales Swifts.
We certainly know the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, though, are good at playing catch-up.
Yep, the momentum can change many a time in a game. It's only the first quarter.
And Annie, it just seems to be the basics as well, just those little mistakes. And I guess at grand final level, they're just so absolutely crucial, aren't they?
Yeah, it all comes down to basics. The team that wins will be the one, you know, that performs the basics the best. Thunderbirds last 8 goals now.
This is starting to look a little ominous. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Good distance from Williams. Yep, and getting the rebound.
And here's something at last going the way of the Magic. And they haven't scored for some time. I want to make sure they put it right this time.
Juva Mentor is going for everything on Van Dijk. And as we said earlier on, she's certainly a player that can get under the skin of Van Dijk. So Irene needs to be on her game.
So there's one goal. That's the first one for some time for the Magic. Centre pass to come. From Berto, grimly holding on to that ball.
So that was a possession call. So certainly contested.
Certainly the Adelaide Thunderbirds have done their homework, haven't they? They're targeting Frances Solier. And Annie, from a mid-court point of view, what do the Magic do? Because they just need to play around it, don't they?
Yeah, probably the first thing Solier needs to do is get on the circle edge, because the feeds that she's doing are off the edge. When you've got someone like Shani Layton hovering over you, who's 20 centimetres taller, you know, it certainly makes it difficult to see in the circle. So just passing it around, get on the edge, throwing it into Van Dijk, you know, and getting it accurate.
High shot from Erin Bell, bounces on the ring, bounces out.
So Erin Bell only sitting on 1 from 4, so that's 25%. We could see a change from Woodlands Thompson. They've got Kate Beveridge on the bench. Or she could just stick with it and give her another quarter.
And this is important for the Magic, and they've just thrown it away, just as I say it. Soft pass. And the Thunderbirds pounce. So 9 turnovers from the Magic. In the first, we've only had 14 minutes.
Great balance from Borrego.
And Jen, let's not forget an umpire from either side of the Tasman, so there's a chance that the rulings might go end to end and there might be a scoring end, so it'll be fascinating to see how the second spell pans out.
That's exactly right. We've seen that in so many previous games. So hold on to your horses. Gerard.
Good support on the line from Gerard and
peering under
Layton.
The hands of Jodie Brown. So what you'd have to call, I think, a frustrating first quarter for the Magic. And a very good one for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. And there is the whistle for the end of the first quarter, and you'd have to say a very convincing one in the favour of the Thunderbirds over the Magic. They lead after the first 15 minutes, 15 goals to 8. Back more with the second quarter.
We could probably look for the 1-2 a little bit more. You're doing some really nice.
Quarter time at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, and the news, I'm afraid, from a New Zealand perspective, ain't good. 15-8, the Thunderbirds lead the Magic. They came out very strongly, Anna Stanley.
Yep, a lot stronger than the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. The Magic just struggling on their attack, and if you look at the attempts at goal, you can see why they only put up 9 compared to the Thunderbirds 19. So that just shows the lack of you know, rhythm and flow that they have on attack to get that ball into Van Dijk. Solier, you know, finding it a little bit difficult around that circle edge there. But if we look at the shooting stats, the Thunderbirds on 79, the Magic are still on 89, but they're just not getting the volume into their shooters. So the mid-court need to lift. for the Magic. And they need to get that ball in to Van Dijk.
They certainly need some kind of turnaround in the second quarter. We're just about ready for the resumption. And they look just a little bit stunned in the first 15 minutes, the Magic. In fact, I have to say, it reminded me a little bit of that 2008 final in Sydney. So let's hope things turn around in the second batch of 15 minutes. It will be the Magic centre pass. The second quarter underway in Adelaide. Straight away again, Emily Beaton causing problems.
Yeah, good pass, Brown. She was quiet in that first quarter as well, Brown. So need a big lift from her. Get those feeds into Van Dijk. She's been on song with them over the last few weeks.
And Jen, my sideline position literally right next to the bench of the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. So listened in on the quarter time team talk. Still really, really positive. They know that this margin is only a matter of 3 breaks to get them right back in it. So they're certainly keeping the faith.
That's right. Anything can happen in this game of netball. There's plenty of time. And here come the Magic.
Oh, Van Dijk a little bit tentative on that roll. Lucky to get away with it.
And Andrew McVeigh, as you alluded to, of course, we've got different umpires at this end now, and the crowd quickly becoming involved.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be Mandy Nottingham today, would you? Because, boy, when they make a noise, they make a big noise. But that's something that the players just have to adjust and adapt to.
As you look at that again, and you could say Jiva Mentor perhaps a little unlucky, but hey, we'll take it. Gerard, always so feisty. So the margin is 6.
Magic just applying a little bit more pressure here. Yep, good work from the outside defenders of the Magic. Casey Williams coming through with that intercept. So really important, this is a turnover. Magic need to get it down and they need to get it through the hoop.
That ball going all the way back for Casey Williams to start again.
And more pressure on Frances Solier. And I have to say, I've been watching her just since the resumption of the second spell. She's doing so much work off the ball. The difference really just that there's, what, 20 centimetres between she and Leighton.
Well, that's the key. You just said it then, Ridge. She needs to do the work off the ball. She needs to get rid of her partner, Shani Leighton, so that when she's going for it, you know, it's just her.
Easy feed straight into Bell. Good shot from Erin Bell. There's the high ball taken from Williams.
No point getting balls like that if it is not converted down the other end. So Magic really need to look after any ball that they get.
But I guess the encouraging thing, Annie, is at least they're getting the turnovers. The Magic defence are pressuring well and positioning well. So at least the ball is there for the Magic to make these inroads. Yep.
And if you need a change of pace after the netball, you might like to switch across to Sky Movies at 8:30. You'll be able to see A Night at the Museum 2, and it's the New Zealand premiere of that film. So something to look forward to after the netball. Very good-humoured Jiva Mentor.
Both pretty good swipes at the ball.
Yeah, certainly nothing for the crowd to boo then.
No.
2 very valid rulings all over them.
So the Thunderbirds this time just being forced into being a bit more patient.
Yeah, a good change of defence. Jodie Todd's dropped back, Jen, so she and Williams splitting the circle to mix it up a bit.
Oh, lovely lean, Casey Williams. But oh, what a good shot.
Sitting on 4 from 7 now, Erin Bell, 57%. Again, Jiva Mentor, she's getting a hand to most balls that are going in.
Van Dijk shoots Von Berto a little look. plenty of little looks in this game.
Gerard, she leaves nothing out there, that's for sure. Van Dijk being caught between two Thunderbird players.
I think Van Dijk feeling Von Berto's leg shouldn't have been there. Anyway, 6 goals in it, 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
Yeah, nice work, Thunderbirds. Borrego, she's quick on that baseline.
She's only missed 1 shot so far, Carla Borrego. Oh, well done, Langman.
Good hang time from Langman.
And that's more like it from Jodie Brown. Exactly, Anna Stanley, what you were talking about pre-match, that ball speed and deceptiveness.
Yep. Van Dijk there, you saw her walking with the ball. She just needs to watch that.
Vantage centre contact.
Borrego's got her arm up. She wants it, but Jodie Todd, as you say, is mixing it up. They're going 2 back on Borrego at times.
And that's the reason why that's a good thing to do, because the more you can force Erin Bell to shoot, the more likelihood you've got of a rebound up for grabs.
Oh, great take, Van Dijk.
Nice pass, Jodie Brown.
So they're managing to contain the Thunderbirds at the moment, the Magic, but they have to start eating into this lead. No way through for Von Berto.
Centre causing, centre third. Over this way. There.
We talk about the tussles in the circle, but certainly between Langman and Von Berto, they're going for it in the middle as well.
Oh, well done, Erin Bell. She just got high enough to tip it the way of Borrego.
That combination has certainly started well for the Thunderbirds, even though Bell is probably not shooting as well as she could on 50%. Borrego, they're getting good ball into Borrego.
Oh, again, great defence from the Thunderbirds. Oh, the Magic win it back. Oh, well, that's a great feed too.
Yep.
The defence of the Thunderbirds forcing the Magic into poor passes.
Again, Brown firing that ball in. And that was a great intercept there. Bad pass from the Magic.
She's had a great season, Shani Layton, named Mars Red Young Player of the Championship.
Yes, we were. Van is moving off,
Oh, and a swipe from Casey Williams.
Love to take another look at that one.
So it's an arm wrestle at the moment. The margin swinging between 6 and 7. Oh, and that never enough. Again, the Magic perhaps lucky.
Well done, Van Dijk, to get a tip to that.
They just chase and harass everything, don't they, the Thunderbirds?
Yeah, nice little pop pass from Brown. Waited for Gerard to do the jump and then passed it in.
So we're in something of a holding pattern halfway through the second quarter.
Vantage centre obstruction.
Oh, fine take.
Both Borrego and Van Dijk have got incredible hands. They can pluck balls from anywhere, make a bad pass look like a good one.
Yeah, there never looked to be enough on that ball.
These were all the passes that were working for the Magic last week, but McCloma certainly wasn't on song, whereas this afternoon, Mentor, she's got Van Dijk sign up. Probably needs to change it.
Obstruction, goal attack. Defense holding. Rewind centre. Right back to
Some free pass for the Thunderbirds here. Von Berto has a little look in. Long look in, actually, and lets it go.
And great timing from Bell. Popped at the top.
And she's certainly come good, Erin Bell. But yeah, no way that was going to be Irene van Dijk's ball.
In great hands, Borrego. Thunderbirds' last 3 goals, it's nearly 10 difference. And just a wayward pass between Langman and Solier.
And then just under 5 minutes until half-time. The margin nearly 10. If you were Coach Nolene Taurua, would you shuffle some bibs?
It's a tough one. I don't know if I'd make a change in a grand final. I think the area where they would need to make a change is in that wing attack. But
that's happening out there, and we just
they
got
on the
over,
bench, maybe a Tanya Lund. I don't know.
Yeah, we just needed to keep ourselves quite united. I mean, you know, to be down by 8 going into the second quarter is not very good for us. But you know, we just needed to take a moment and just stay united, really.
Thank you, Nolene. Really appreciate you speaking with us.
So yes, those are important words from Nolene Taurua. Staying united. Jeepers, it'll be hard to do when you're 11 goals down. And another strong passage of play from the Thunderbirds. Who would have picked this, Anna Stanley? 11 goals down.
Yeah, and to the credit, to the Thunderbirds' credit, they've done their homework. Look, they're really exposing this attack end for the Magic, especially Solier, Langman. They're making them work. And Jiva Mentor has got Van Dijk sign up those one-on-ones. She's reading them well. Van Dijk probably needs to just change a little bit, do the dodges, do the up-to-go bats that we saw her do last week against Macloma that worked and was very successful. Magic just look flat out there, don't they? They don't quite have the urgency that we saw last week. I'm sure when you're this far down, you know, you're thinking, holy moly, but, you know, they need to turn it around. As I said in the build-up, they've got some star players, and this is the time when you need your star players to pick up and perform. You know, we've got some quality Silver Ferns in the side. You've got arguably the world's best defender and shooter. You know, they need to start lifting, and we should be seeing, you know, lots of talk here in the huddles.
And here is a huddle time called by Emily Beaton, the Thunderbirds wing attack, just getting some attention to a knee. Yes, I have to say, I think the Magic look a little bit like the Swifts did last week. They do. They look a bit stunned. And, you know, jeepers, it's a big margin to come back from. Jane Woodlands-Thompson talking to Carla Borrego. And what an acquisition Borrego has been for the Thunderbird side.
Yeah, she started pretty slow in this competition, but she's certainly improved with every outing. And
interesting too, isn't it, Anna? The Australian teams, they're allowed 2 imports, and you look at the Thunderbirds team, they've got Borrego at one end, English international Mentor at the other. You know, pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got quality players, this Thunderbird side, and we've only got one little import in there, Jade Clark. That was actually a blood timeout from one of the umpires there, so it wasn't a play, I didn't call it.
Great chasing from the Thunderbird defence.
Yeah, just those feeds not quite hitting the target from Solier. Yep, good hand from Langman there, and Jodie Todd picked it up.
Holding goal attack, centre third.
So 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half.
This is when the Magic just need to get 2 or 3 goals on the trot, get their confidence back, get the rhythm back. Look a bit stagnant at the moment, and as you say, a bit shell-shocked. So that's one good feed in.
1 goal back, 10 to go.
Yeah, there was no way that feed was going to get to Van Dijk from Solier then. Okay, here's another.
And that feed has the other problem, too much on it. So can the Magic conjure up a little bit of something late in the second quarter?
Yeah, good take, Solier. She's got Shani Layton riding her back on every pass.
Gerard having plenty to say to Mandy Nottingham.
Van Dijk just making sure she's shooting in the right spot. If you don't, of course, the umpire can turn it around and give it to the opposition.
So 2 in a row for the Magic. It's a while since we've been able to say that.
Mentor just getting pulled the last 2 feeds in.
So this is a better patch of play for the Magic.
Brown yet to miss a goal. She's on 100%. 5 from 5, so a good start from her in terms of her shooting stats. Oh, well done, Langman.
Yes.
Great chase. Managed to pick that up. Right. Another turnover for the Magic here.
And to go backwards, though, there's a Vuvuzela here.
Oh, God, holding my breath then.
This is better from the Magic.
So Magic last 4 goals. Bit of a momentum swing.
And I think you'd have to assume that Vuvuzela is in the hands of a Magic supporter. Oh, perhaps Brown might have rushed that. She's still got 11 seconds, I should say, to go. So now, can the Magic stop the Thunderbirds? Yes, they can. But probably not enough time to get it. No. Almost looked as though Jodie Brown was going to have a shot from there, but it is half-time at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It's the Adelaide Thunderbirds leading the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic 28-21.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, where it is 28-21, and it's the Adelaide Thunderbirds, the home side, ahead of the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic at half-time. Annie, what a turn up for the books.
Thunderbirds had a fantastic first quarter. To the Magic's credit, they drew that second quarter 13-0, but you'd have to say Thunderbirds, everything's going their way. The feeds into Borrego, just that one-on-one, they're going for every ball that the Magic are going for, and the Magic's attack, Frances Solian didn't have the best first half. She needs to lift this half.
We're going to come back in a second to analyse how this first half's panned out, but first of all, some great news this week that ANZ have re-signed for this championship, and that is just magnificent. So now let's check in with commentator Jenny Woods, who's with one of the bosses of ANZ.
I'm with Mark Lolbach, ANZ Bank's General Manager of Marketing. Mark, great news for netball fans with ANZ signing for another 3 years. Clearly, you must be pleased with the way the competition's going.
Oh, look, we're absolutely thrilled. From very humble beginnings, this has grown into a very, very professional, Trans-Tasman competition. We're absolutely thrilled as ANZ to be involved. And yes, last week we've confirmed that we're going to sponsor again for another 3 years, and we look forward to growing and helping the journey to grow this into even a better than what it is today. But it's fantastic. We're really, really thrilled.
And can we look forward to perhaps another term of 3 years after this?
I'm sure, together, and we generally thank you guys as well to building this to the event. We've got 9,500 people here. It's sold out in 12 minutes, and we're absolutely thrilled to be involved. So I'm sure as we continue to grow it, we'll be back at the table in 3 years' time.
Well, thanks, Mark. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you very much, Jenny. Have a great afternoon.
Well, I'd have to say the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, a team that are going to have to do some serious growing over the next half hour or so. When you break down the nuts and bolts of this performance, you've got to say that one of the star players in Adelaide Thunderbirds colours is beaten. She's going really well.
Yeah, look, and she started well 2 weeks ago when they played the Swifts. Just her feeds into Borrego. You can see there they're right on target. And around the circle edge, look, the work that Bomberto is doing to help her is incredible. And Erin Bell, although she hasn't put up many balls, she's creating the space for those feeds to go into Borrego. So they've certainly started strong, and that combination between Beat and Borrego is certainly one that the Magic really need to break down.
Yeah, well, let's switch it back to the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic wing attack, Frances Solian. She's really struggling in there. She's dominated by a player who's much, much taller than her. What is she going to do to turn her game around second half?
Yeah, Shani Layton, 20 centimetre height difference. Look, I think the biggest thing Frances Solian needs to do is the work off the ball, because Leighton is going for everything, and when you've got someone riding your back, you just need to do the work off the ball. So, you know, it's the dodges, it's the up to go back, but also those feeds in that Solia are doing to Van Dijk. They're not quite hitting their target, so maybe they need to keep it flat for a little bit, use the triangles, let the ball do the work.
Well, it is only 7 goals, and I do say only because that's really only 3 breaks for the Magic to get back into this match. Now, Annie, I know that you have memorised over the past year the prizes that have been up for grabs in the ANZ Passport to Sport. So what are they?
Yeah, there's many. NRL Grand Final, you can get to go to the Australian Open Final and 2 big netball ones, the World Championship Final and the ANZ Grand Final, and we do have a winner, and that is Rachel Adams. So fantastic for her.
Lucky Rachel Adams, all right. If you need a companion, Rachel, Anna and I are both available to carry your bags, because, man, what a prize. Okay, well, we're back as our live coverage of this Grand Final resumes with third quarter action. You make sure you stay right where you are. We'll see you soon.
Half-time at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It's the Magic with their backs to the wall. They trail the Thunderbirds 28-21. So, as the whistle goes for the beginning of the third quarter, a perfect time for the Magic and a Stanley to make their move.
Yeah, well, half-time came at the wrong time because the Magic were just starting to lift in that second quarter. As we know, they drew it 13-all. But they've had a chance to regroup in that quarter, and look, it is a new half. Anything can happen.
Yes, certainly this margin better than the 11-goal margin that we were looking at, as you say, late in that first half. Andrea McVeigh, what would be your recipe for turning this game around?
Well, I guess, Jen, the thing that we talked about, you know, all day, in fact, all week, is the difference between finals and grand finals. Now, the Magic know they have got half an hour to remedy this. They're a team filled with prize players, and I think it's just going to come down to that top 2 inches, and if they can just leave nothing unturned.
Yep, they've come all this way to Adelaide. They won't want to leave anything behind. Erin Bell, she's had such a good game for the Thunderbirds so far this afternoon.
And better full court defence from the Magic, every player pressuring.
Yeah, that's what the Thunderbirds were doing in the first half. And, yeah, well done, Williams. She had her arm to that.
And look at the delight from Williams as she takes that. The crowd boos, but who cares? It's Magic ball.
Here, Nolene Taurua on the side saying, get in there, Toddy, you're a passenger. So she's wanting Jodie Todd to drive on attack and be an option.
And that was a great tactic from Frances Solia there. She took off and then suddenly stopped, and Shani Leighton came flying through the air and hit her in the back.
So this is one turnover that the Magic have scored. Just need to get that ball back to the centre pass.
So can they make a game of it? The whole of New Zealand will be barracking at home.
Those balls need to go at second phase there. Langman had the cut, but Solia not quite confident enough to give it. And no one's quite ready to get the ball. And this is where you need Magic players coming forward. Langman there, no one coming forward from the Magic. Brown and Van Dijk just getting caught a little bit stagnant in that goal circle.
And both Gerard and Mentor back on Van Dijk. So watch out in this third quarter for the pressure to come on Jodie Brown.
Centre contact.
Oh, Alberto. A tumble. She's fine. Up and away. Oh, nice sleight of hand to Emily Beaton. Oh, interesting bit of play. Borrego ducked. The ball went out. The crowd don't like that one either.
Magic just having a bit of trouble getting the ball out from this defensive end. That's a wee gasp, Jen.
Anxious times.
It's quite interesting, the mentality of the crowd, I do have to say. New Zealand netball crowds make a heck of a noise, but it's all quite positive stuff. This crowd clearly likes letting rip with a boo.
Tell you what, though, they know their netball regs. They were calling out before for short pass, step. If the umpires are short of any help from the rule book, the crowd will give it.
Yeah, there's always, you know, a few thousand umpires at matches like this.
Oh, well done, Williams, but unfortunately, Todd getting pulled for contact on Borrego.
Things heating up a little here, as we thought they probably would.
Oh, great timing from Williams on the jump. Oh, that was one turnover that, yeah, the great arm then from Williams.
Nice little shoulder there from Bell.
Again, that was a bit of a throw and wish pass from Langman. Just need to treasure the position they get now, the Magic.
Oh, terrific work, Casey Williams. Great work on the lean and then around quickly to snaffle the rebound. Got to prize this possession.
Yeah, nice pass, Langman. Good front option from Van Dyke.
Right. No goal, contact goal.
Oh, what is this? Contact Jodie Brown.
She's called Brown for coming in.
These are the random calls that you don't like.
Yeah, and we saw in the first quarter the same deal. The New Zealand attackers were called plenty at that end of the court. We didn't see any of the Australian attackers called in the second spell, so you wonder how that equates.
Contact when defense. Advantage obstruction win. Win attack hold.
So this game, 6 goals in it. But can the Magic press and make it even tighter? Really, after a pretty horrendous start, you have to say, in that first quarter.
Magic attack having to do a lot of work to get that ball into the goal circle.
Nice feed, Langman, underarm. Oh, that was a long time coming. And again, started at the other end through the work of Casey Williams.
Here goes the chant, a Magic chant. Magic supporters scattered around this stadium, full of Thunderbirds supporters.
Even the bench getting in on the action, good to see. Oh, great work from Berto.
And twinkle toes on the sideline there.
Beautifully done.
On the line is deemed in.
Nowhere to go for Langman.
Yeah, good positioning from Langman, but no pass on. You can see Van Dyke just directing play a little bit.
Advantage offside, advantage contact.
Telling the middies where to feed to make it easier.
Oh, good work, Jiva Mentor. The whistle's gone, though. The ball will have to go back just to set it up again. Frustrating for the players.
Yeah, sometimes you wonder if we even have an advantage rule in netball.
Plenty of elbows flying in that circle.
Yeah, again, Irene Van Dyke just showing there, wanted it higher. Mentor certainly having a fine game on Van Dyke. She's got a hand to a lot of ball.
And perhaps, as we've said already, Anna, the feeding just not quite as sharp as it was last week.
Yeah, not hitting the target, not high enough.
So the Thunderbirds now scoring the last 3 goals. Time called by the Magic. Francis Solier again going to the sideline. And I guess they might want to regroup. 6.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. And they started well, didn't they, Anna? But they've just lost that little bit of momentum.
Yeah, you feel like it's going to come, but it's just a matter of when. They don't have much longer to go. 6.5 minutes left, but they're obviously taking a timeout because the Thunderbirds have scored the last 3 goals. Certainly swinging the way of the Thunderbirds so far, and has been throughout this whole match.
And would you say it's sort of classic finals netball? It's not pretty to watch a lot of it, but it's tense, isn't it?
Yeah, well, often when there's just so much pressure, you know, the players are just putting everything out on the line, that they don't play with that fluidity that we're used to seeing, and certainly that's what's happening to the Magic out there. It's a different team than the one that played last week against the Swifts. Maybe they're just not dealing with the pressure as well as the Thunderbirds.
Well, players back on court, 6.5 minutes remaining. 33-25 in favour of the Thunderbirds. That ball was a better height, but it's contact on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, look at Gerard, she's all over ground, but Sharon Kelly, she often sees it, often pulls the attacker. Yeah, nice triangle. Just letting the ball do the work a little bit more, and they probably need to try and keep it flat, the Magic, because on the high balls Gerard and Mentor are so good.
Oh, gosh. That's an interesting call, isn't it? I suppose Sharon Kelly's deemed that Brown stepped into Gerard. I'd like to see it again.
Yeah.
Turnover.
Crazy call, Jen. Right in front of me. There's no way that Gerard was 0.9 of a metre. No way.
You just hope it doesn't come down to umpiring here, tit for tat. Australian umpire going for the Aussie side, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that it would really. Umpires of this level, I'm sure, are above that.
And these are the 2 umpires that have umpired from the major semi through to the preliminary and got the final. So they're obviously the 2 of the best umpires at the moment.
But then I guess the challenge for the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic is to play in such a manner that it doesn't become a factor. And we just saw Irene van Dijk doing a whole heap of work off the ball just to make sure she gets the ball cleanly.
The Thunderbirds back with that 8-goal buffer. That's nice and high from Solia. Oh, wonderful jump from Mentor. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, she got the distance, she got her timing. And it just seems too easy down this end.
Yeah. I'm impressed by Emily Beaton today, the wing attack for the Thunderbirds. Normally latterly it's been Jade Clark, who we've been talking about as wing defence for the Magic, but she doesn't seem to be able to contain Beaton.
And she's quite tall for a wing attack as well, so often helps. You can see more into the circle.
Yes, Erin Bell knew that if she picked that ball up again, it'd be replayed. But what a seesaw of a game. Suddenly this margin is back out to 9.
See, that's just unnecessary. There was no way Beaton was going to get that ball. She needs to be warned, or at least advance that.
Yes, it would be a frustrating game to play, wouldn't it? There's so much spoiling stuff. You have to say, though, Gerard, quite brilliant. Her combination with Jiva Mentor and the fact that she's doing so much work outside the circle to set up those feeds. And Mentor's just snaffling them, turnover after turnover.
Yep, and the Magic attack, they need to change it up. They need to adapt. They're not getting the calls. The Thunderbirds are certainly beating them. They need to do something a little bit different.
Magic supporters yelling held. There's that just fumble by Bell. She won't be too worried. The margin is 10, 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. And again, the Thunderbirds come away with it. Beaton finding a way through.
Yeah, nice roll, Bell. Unlucky Williams, she got a hand to it, but it fell in the way of Erin Bell.
Yeah, the attack end for the Thunderbirds is looking sharp.
And everything's just rolling their way, isn't it? So often happens when you've got that comfortable buffer.
And Borrego just keeps on slotting them.
So again, the Thunderbirds scoring the last 5 goals.
Wing attack contact.
This is the biggest margin of the game, 12 in favour of the Adelaide side. Shani Leighton just getting a hand, knocking that ball out of court.
Nice pass and a great take from Van Dijk.
Yep, there simply just haven't been enough of them, have there?
No, they're not getting the volume of ball in. When you look at the stats, Borrego 26 from 32 and Van Dijk only on 20 from 22, so no left from Langman. And there you just see the arms of Shani Leighton hovering over Solier.
So another little push from the Magic. They've got the last 2. The margin's 10. A minute remaining in this third quarter. Oh, I know she's tall, but she's not that tall.
Yeah. Targets aren't quite hitting it for the Magic here this afternoon.
Contact wing attack. Moving off wing attack. Set.
Confident ball from Bell. Didn't quite come off for the Thunderbirds. What can the Magic do? Last 30 seconds, third quarter. No, Langman thinks twice about firing that in to Van Dijk straight away.
Yeah, a bit of movement from Van Dijk then. The Van Dijk of old, putting up a long one.
Shoot him from anywhere. So quick work, quick hands, Thunderbirds. Oh. That's impressive. They did that in about 3 seconds, the Adelaide Thunderbirds. And with that, they have the final say of the third quarter. The margin is 10. The Thunderbirds leading the Magic 39-29. We'll be back shortly.
Feel the shot, body rock, rockin', don't stop. Round and round, up and down, around the clock. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. Get word, you know what we say, party every day.
Just 15 minutes remain in the ANZ Championship of 2010. And the news is not good for the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. They trail the Adelaide Thunderbirds 39-29.
And look at those attempts at goal. Thunderbirds sitting on 49, Magic only 33. And that's the big difference. Shooting stats, the Magic are high, but they're not getting the volume in. Intercepts favouring the Thunderbirds. And there, if you look at the team stats, well, there's no point having the best stats if you're not getting quality ball into your world's best shooter, and that's been the difference. The Thunderbirds have got that flow on attack. They've got that mongrel on defence. A few umpiring calls are going their way. But this is the last 15 minutes for both sides for 2010. They've just got to put everything out there, and you never know. The Magic could turn it around, but I'm not feeling very optimistic, Jen.
I don't know that Irene Van Dijk is either, looking at that picture, or that just could be intense concentration on how they are going to turn it around. It's 10 goals they have to make up. Incredibly low scoring so far for the Magic, 29 goals in 45 minutes. Let's see what happens. So 15 minutes between one of these sides and ANZ Championship glory. You'd have to say at the moment, Reg, it looks like it's the Thunderbirds.
Yep, 10 goals, 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes of the season, and we know that the Magic have the fortitude to do this. They just get the roll of the green, and just mail from the benches, no changes either side, Jen, no surprises there.
But both coaches sticking with those who have delivered, and there Irene van Dijk delivers her first miss of the game, but makes good with the rebound. One back, Anastasia.
8 to go. Oh, good cover, Casey Williams.
And the tip now. If ever they've got to make a move, it's now.
And it's either they've got to treasure the possession. It's now as well, but it's one step forward, 2 back at the moment. So, and you can just see, when you look out on court, the pressure that the Thunderbirds are putting on. They've Gerard, not only just on the player, but on the ball. They've got their 3 foot up just as quick as the Magic take the ball.
Yeah, their defensive work is just fantastic, and they force the opponents into errors like that. But look, there's one. Jade
Well
Clark.
done, Jade Clark. Read that well. A back to go up, as we say. And Van Dijk urging Langman to hit the circle edge then. I guess the good thing is that we've got Mandy Nottingham down this end, Jen, in the final quarter. That's got to favour the Magic.
Wearing black, you reckon? Not that time. She scored the held ball, and Jade Woodlands-Thompson likes it. Again, terrific work from the defensive end of the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, there was just nothing on offer for Frances Solier.
Advantage obstruction, go attack.
And this is when we talked about it before the game. The Magic, since their last game, have travelled 8,000 Ks. You just wonder if this last 15 minutes, the travel factor will come into play.
That was amazing defensive pressure from Casey Williams. She just shadowed Carla Borrego, and what she did was she forced her to not plant her feet on the court before she received the ball, hence the turnover. Brilliant.
Still see that the Thunderbirds have certainly still been heavily penalised in this game. That big arm from Mentor coming right across Van Dijk.
Yeah, nice little pass from Brown.
Oh, that ball nearly thought twice about that. So can the Magic keep this little mini resurgence going on? They've got the Thunderbirds going backwards at the moment.
Yeah, and they've got Carla Borrego having to come out of the circle.
There's the loose ball. Who gets it? Wouldn't you know? That woman Gerard.
Advantage contact when defense.
Beat fires that ball to Bill. That's nicely done. Gerard called off the line.
They really need to make use of when Gerard's out of the circle and get it down quick. Yeah, those ones are on into Van Dijk. They're not quite wanting to put them up.
The margin 7. Most Magic supporters will be hoping against hope. Although somebody's texting, I see. And this is where the Magic have got to put the brakes on and somehow stop that sort of thing.
Lovely feed from Beaton into Borrego.
Yeah. They really are playing well, this Thunderbird side.
Good pressure from Berto. Offside though. So lucky they get the call. Crowd quite prepared to boo anything, even if it was the right call.
Of course, the Mystery Creek side crowd would never do that.
Just went offside as she turned to get the ball.
Yeah, Borrego signalling for the high ball, and she gets it. Just not able to keep a balance. This is
is important for the Magic, because if they can't win off score off these, they're not going to go anywhere.
Oh. And just got there.
That's quicker from the Magic.
I think that's the first time we've seen 1, 2, 3 into Van Dijk, so it can be done. And the crowd starting to get into it now. They can sense the Magic starting to come back.
And just keep an eye when you can see her in coverage on Casey Williams, because her defence on Borrego's amazing. She just keeps changing her angles and looking for the intercept.
Erin Bell, 11 from 17 on 65%.
Again, Gerard Call coming off the line. Van Dijk's hand goes up, but there's really nowhere for that ball to go.
You look at the work Solier and Langman are having to do round that circle edge, just because Van Dijk is not on and she's having to turn around, change her angles.
Pretty much exactly what the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic didn't need.
Advantage obstruction attack.
Oh, loose but lucky for the Thunderbirds.
Wing defence
Falls into the hands of Carla Borrego. Oh, nice hold, Borrego. Tons of space.
Obstruction.
Finished beautifully. So it's as though every time the Magic get a little push on, score a couple of goals, the Thunderbirds come straight back at them.
She can jump, Borrego.
And we know she can shoot. Halfway through this final quarter, the Thunderbirds holding on to this good lead, 44-37.
Good work from Langman there, got a tip to it.
Obstruction roll attack, centre third. Thunderbirds.
And one player who we haven't really talked about this match is Jade Clark. She's doing a terrific job on Emily Beaton, working tirelessly.
Yeah, well, she got one crucial intercept in that last quarter. But yeah, she just does the hard grafting work, doesn't she, Jade Clark?
Williams getting a tip, just slowing things down.
They need to do more than that. The Magic really need possession because the clock is counting down.
Oh, easy high ball.
Nice work from the Magic then.
Advantage course, centre.
Oh, again, that high ball, it's worked for them all afternoon, hasn't it?
Well, it was the high ball that worked for the Magic last week. It's working for the Thunderbirds here this afternoon.
And what an atmosphere. I know it's a hostile one for the Magic, and it's a deafening one when things like that happen. But nearly 10,000 people into a grand final. What an occasion.
Yep.
Oh, what a pass. Emily Beaton. Borrego on the baseline. That's sensational. And that was a bad pass from Solia. She didn't quite see Leighton coming in. And Leighton read it well and got the intercept.
And with the margin 9, this is starting to look like a mountain too high for the Magic. And you'd have to say, on today's performance, I don't think they deserve to win.
No, the Thunderbirds have come out right from the start and certainly played the better netball. The odds have been stacked against the Magic, you'd have to say. If you look at the past history in this ANZ competition, that in 2008 and 09, the teams that have had that direct route to the final and had the home final have gone through and won it.
That's right. And I think a few of us have noted the attitude of the Magic. They did seem just pleased to be here, and I wonder if that's enough when you're in a grand final. You don't want to just be here, you want to win it.
Yeah, you want to be here, you want to compete, and you want to win. And yeah, there was a little bit of that before the game. Interesting hearing from Nolene Taurua that win or lose, this won't define their season.
Yeah, some may beg to differ.
Yep.
Interesting too to see her in the media today saying she'd like the top job, Ruth Aiken's Silver Ferns position. Apparently likely to come to an end at the end of next year. Taurua putting her hand up. And that's one woman who's put her hand up all night, Borrego.
And you'd think she'd be putting her hand up for national colours, playing for Jamaica at the Commonwealth Games. That's a scary thought.
Yes.
For our Silver Ferns.
And then you've got to worry about England when you think that they're going to have Jiva Mentor, as usual, at the back. And Macloma. But this is one of the good things about this championship, isn't it? It's
yeah, and it'll be sad if we don't have those players in the competition next year. They've added a different dimension and a real flavour to this ANZ competition.
Yeah, good to see, and it'd be good to see more of them come. I mean, it's been nice to see, well, sadly that it was at the expense of Peter Scholes, but good to see Jade Clark into the fray late in this championship, and perhaps talk of a few other players from the Caribbean coming down next year. Of course, an early start to the ANZ next year to make way for the World Champs, so take some comfort perhaps that you won't have to wait too long for the 2011 ANZ Championship.
I know it's too little too late, Jen, but really important the last 2 minutes that the Magic come up with moves like that just to finish the season on a high.
Van Dijk absolutely clobbers Gerard. I don't think it warrants a boo, frankly, but Gerard had a laugh.
Yeah, look at her getting her leg out. Oh, Van Dijk, what was that?
That kind of sums it up really for Francis Solia this afternoon. Not a happy game.
Oh, well done, Williams. Great elevation.
Interesting, Reg, we were saying before this game, the final last year and the year before, one was a margin of 8, one a margin of 9. Looking like it again today.
Yeah, certainly disappointing for New Zealand netball fans. But as you said, guys, Adelaide Thunderbirds well and truly deserve this one. They've come out here all guns blazing. They've played with passion, skill, determination, everything that it takes to win a grand final.
And the crowd sensing the final whistle. The bangers are out, they're on their feet.
Fantastic atmosphere.
They'll try and get the 10. Oh, not quite.
Clark fires it straight into the hands of Mentor. Here they go again. There's enough time. Well, the pictures tell the story. The Thunderbirds have done the business in front of their home crowd in Adelaide, and they are the 2010 ANZ champions, and Anna Stanley, you'd have to say, deservedly so.
Thoroughly deserved. Look, the Thunderbirds came out right from the start and looked like a team that wanted to win. That was the difference. They played with urgency on defence. They left nothing out on court. They played with a bit of mongrel. They got the better of the Magic attack. That was what lost it for the Magic here this afternoon. Didn't quite have that fluidity, didn't have the rhythm, didn't have those feeds into Van Dijk that we're used to seeing, and that was the pressure that mentor Gerard put on them. They are the big players that stood up in this game here this afternoon.
Let's hear from Natalie von Berto, the captain of the Thunderbirds.
I certainly am. Look, you talked about the perfect preparation, the perfect result in the end. Talk us through what is so special about this team.
Oh, look, everyone gave their absolute all. I don't think many people can walk after that. I know I'm exhausted, I'm sure everyone else is. So, look, we just knew we had what it takes. We just had to put it out there, and we got a great start, and we're able to hold on. So it's just amazing.
Let's go back to that start. That's what set up the result in the end. Was it that clear focus that you wanted all week? It came through, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We knew what we had to do. We had a great game plan, and when we stuck to it, oh, look, we got the results. So it's just fantastic.
And what about this crowd? You've struggled to hear a louder one than this one here in Adelaide.
Oh, look, I'm so proud to be a South Australian. Look how much support we got. It's fantastic for Adelaide, and I'm just so proud of the girls.
And we know who's good on the court, but who's good at the partying away from the court? Who can we expect to have a good time tonight?
Oh, I think if you look at them all, I think everyone will have a very good night tonight.
Thanks for your time and joy.
Thank you.
Good on your shots.
Yes, I suspect they could be fairly dangerous out on the town, these Thunderbirds players. Let's hear from Gerard.
Stadium tonight, and you meant absolute business. 60 minutes later, have a look.
10 up, can you believe that? We knew we had to come out firing, knowing that they beat us the last round of the championship, and I'm finally glad we did it on the GF day, and credit for all the girls and bad luck with the Magic.
Listen, mate, the disappointment of last year sits pretty deep in the gut for about a year. Explain to those viewers at home and the people in the crowd, what is the contrasting feeling for you today?
Oh, we finally got the job done. Last year, we're playing in a bit of a bubble, and finally having, I guess, a great bunch of girls, and then coming out in GF and just giving everything. Defensively, we just got it from goal shooter down to goal keeps, and I'm glad that, unlucky by Irene, but go on G with that rejection. She doesn't really get that much out of Irene, but heads up with that one.
Yeah, and mate, 9,000 people here today with Thundersticks booming, all for the Thunderbirds.
That's South Australia for you. They definitely jump on board when we're winning, and I'm glad they're here today to join us.
Well, half of them, I'm sure, came here specifically just to watch you, but well done to yourself today. Fantastic. I'm sure a big rap for your crowd too.
Thanks, that's so bad.
Gosh, words like that, Monia Gerard could almost be a diplomat handing it out to the South Australian crowd. Let's hear now Carla Borrego.
It doesn't seem to be something that pops up on your radar.
No, we work very hard. It's hard work. Hard work makes it perfect, or at least close to it. So thanks to my teammate, the coaches, and the medical staff who had, whenever we fell apart, they put us together. So it's all teamwork.
Now, 1 year in the competition, 1 title. The one thing Thunderbirds fans want to probably know, and everyone inside this stadium, will you be here next year?
Well, you have to ask Coach, the head coach.
Well, judging by that reaction from the crowd, I think they want you here. Now, talk us through it, though, right from the start today. That's where the win was set up. You came out and you just really had the focus from the beginning.
Well, we just stick to our game plan. We work hard as a team. The attackers were very good with distributing the ball, and the defense was just phenomenal.
What makes this team so special?
Teamwork.
Well done. Enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Good on you, Stats. Well done. Well, I've got
Borrego. Now, another player who I'm sure the Thunderbirds will be wanting to hang on to is the young Shani Layton.
I'm so excited. Wow, I never would have thought that I'd be here. This is so cool.
Well, yeah, that's what everyone thinks. Let's talk through 3 years ago. You were with the Vixens. You went back to the AIS last year and you made the big decision to move to South Australia. What a decision.
Yeah, probably the best one ever, hey?
Listen, most people would have been familiar seeing you at goal defence, but you've swung across to the wing defence. You've done it really well, and you've been rewarded this year with the Mars Red Young Player of the Year award. Well done to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just quickly, tell me, what is it like to play on the transverse line with someone like Monia Gerard on your right-hand side and Jiva Mentor back in the circle?
Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, like, I don't think it would matter, like, who was behind me or next to me in this team. Like, everyone's just so great and so supportive that, oh, yeah, the whole team's fantastic. But, yeah, as I said, this time last year, I never would have thought I would have had, these girls around me.
Well, you've done a fantastic job, and I'm going to ask you again, what about these 9,000 strong crowd here today?
Oh, I love you guys! You guys rock! Woo!
Now, Jiva, you didn't want to leave your teammates. You wanted to stay over there and chat to them instead of chatting to us. So I promise you I'll keep this short, but you had one of the toughest jobs on the court today. Just talk us through how you think you delivered.
Oh, I mean, Irene's a supreme athlete. She's had a great season and come into really good form, so I definitely knew I had to be at the top of my game tonight. And all credit to the girls out in front of me on my team. They made my life a little bit easy at the back.
Just talk about the preparation. We've talked about the contest today, but the preparation, you talked about it being perfect. What made it so perfect for you this time around compared to last year?
Oh, I think we had the easy route in terms of that weekend off, giving us 2 weeks preparation, rest the legs, rest the bodies, and just psychologically prepare.
You're one of the more vivacious team members here. Now, talk us through. You're obviously very good on the court. Are you good at the celebrating side of things?
Oh, not so much. That's what I'm over here. Peer pressure from the Aussies, so I'll let them lead me astray.
Who can we expect to be best on court, so to speak, away from the court tonight in the celebratory side of things?
Oh, I think we're all going to be up there, so I'm not too sure, so look out.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Good on you, Shuts. Well, how lucky might I have with me the winning coach of the Adelaide Thunderbirds, Jane Woodlands-Thompson. I looked at you with 3 minutes to go, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but you had tears in your eyes 3 minutes ago. You knew you had it won, and then you yelled out, "Come on, let's go!" You know, so fantastic. What a job.
Thanks, mate. We had to have a quick refocus at 3 minutes, but just so proud of the girls. Like, 12 people had a job to do tonight, and, you know, they've done the job all year, and our staff's been fantastic. And thank you, South Australia, the best crowd we've ever played. So.
Well, we don't want to take any glory away from you, Jane, because obviously the players have the job to do when they go out in the court, but you and your assistant coach, Lisa, obviously have worked tirelessly in terms of putting a game plan together, and your team nailed it today.
Yeah, Lisa, Jude and I have been working overtime, and we got something that worked, and we were running on our knees there in the end, but we were just yelling at them to just stick to it, keep at it. But full credit to the Magic. They put up a hell of a fight. That's their 4th grand final in a row, so well done, guys.
And just to finish off with you, Jane, the commentary team have labelled you the multifactorial coach. It's been your favourite word all year. Can you just quickly explain to us what you mean by that?
Well, that's multifactorial.
I won't. No, don't explain. No one gets it anyhow. Well done to you. Well done to the Thunderbirds. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Jane Woodlands-Thompson.
Thanks, babe.
So multifactorial will remain a mystery, but what a great shot earlier of Lisa Alexander, the assistant coach to Jane Woodlands-Thompson, embracing as they knew that the trophy was theirs. So it is the Thunderbirds, the champions, 52-42.
Yes, the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic have been thunderstruck here in Adelaide this afternoon. It's been a 10-goal margin, 52-42. The Adelaide Thunderbirds have beaten the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, and Annie, it's just so disappointing. But the Magic were just nowhere near the Thunderbirds for the whole 60.
No, and nowhere near the performance that they put out last week against the New South Wales Swifts. So a completely different team. Thunderbirds certainly deserved the win right from the start. They came out and played like a champion side and certainly deserved the win.
Well, let's check in now for the presentation. 2010 championships decided. It belongs to the Adelaide Thunderbirds.
Thanks, Lou. What a brilliant game of netball. Two of the best teams of 2010 fighting it out for the coveted ANZ Championship title. But congratulations go today to the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Runners-up last year, winning their first ever premiership in the ANZ Championship competition. They led for most of the game. Commiserations to the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, but you guys also played a brilliant game of netball. First up, congratulations to the umpires, Sharon Kelly and Mandy Nottingham, for officiating today's thriller. They did a brilliant job. I would now like to introduce the chair of the ANZ Championship, Raewyn Lovett, to say a few words.
Thank you, Liz. I'd like to congratulate both teams on a fantastic season of ANZ netball action, but congratulations in particular go to the Thunderbirds today for being crowned the winners of the 2010 ANZ Championship. You are worthy winners of the title, having come runners-up in 2009. To the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, it's been a great season, and we wish you all the best for 2011 as you seek to go one step further. The 2010 season has been another great year for netball. We have had record crowds, we've had huge television audiences, and this has been the hardest fought final road to the finals in the very short history of the league. I'd like to thank our broadcast partners, Sky Sport and Network 10, for your tremendous support. Thanks also to our wonderful family of sponsors, led by our principal partner ANZ, our major sponsors Fisher & Paykel, Holden and Mars, and our other support sponsors. Thanks in particular to Mark Lolback and your team at ANZ for confirming your ongoing support of the ANZ Championship for the next 3 years. Finally, thank you to all the hundreds and thousands of fans who have tuned into TV and attended matches throughout the year. We appreciate your support and we look forward to a very exciting 2011.
Thanks, Raewyn. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mark Lolback, ANZ Group General Manager for Marketing, to say a few words on behalf of the major sponsor ANZ and to also announce today's Player of the Match.
Jill, thank you. First of all, guys, let's hear it for the Thunderbirds. I have to say, being a company that is very strong in Australia and New Zealand, we actually have the advantage of backing both teams today. But having said that, guys, fantastic game. Sorry that there has to be one winner. Thank you very much for everything you've done for this particular tournament. And let's give them a round of applause. I think to make an event like this as successful as this has grown into, you need two really important things. First of all, you need fantastic teams, and I think we have seen that through the whole championship and the whole 69 games. And the second thing we need is a fantastic audience and fantastic supporters. So give yourself a massive round of applause. We have sponsored this event for 3 years, and we did announce last week that we've committed to sponsor this for another 3 years. And a lot of it is to do, yeah, it's good news, I think, for all of us. Thank you. A lot of it is to do with these ladies out here. Not only are they fantastic sportsmen, but more importantly, I think they're fantastic role models for the youth of both countries. So to both teams, thank you very much for the important role you play. Okay, the important thing, I am holding a medal here, and the player of the match is Jeva Mentor.
Congratulations, Jeva Mentor. A very popular decision for you indeed. Well, I'd now like to invite the runner-up for the captain for the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, Laura Langman, to say a few words. Laura.
unfortunately, it definitely doesn't taste any better second time round coming second. However, we do want to thank you to everyone for tuning up today. It's a fantastic crowd and fantastic atmosphere to play in front of, so thanks heaps to you guys. Just reiterating what Liz has said, thank you very much to ANZ, Fisher and Paykel, Mars, Holden. We're glad that you think your investment is good in the game, because we certainly enjoy playing in this competition. To all the officials, you guys work tirelessly. You're here before us and here long after us, and we really appreciate all your work. To Mandy, Sharon and Jackie. You guys have had a long road like us, last 3 games on the trot. All the best for your international calendar coming up. To the Thunderbirds, you guys, I thought throughout the whole season has been the team that's going to do the damage, and you certainly did to us tonight, so fantastic team effort. To the mighty Waikato Magic, you guys are awesome. I've had a great season and I've been so proud to play alongside you. To Knowles and our management team, you are the best. We thoroughly enjoy playing under you, and I don't think you'll come across a team that respects you as much as we do. Sorry, Nat, I will finish very soon. And I just want to make a special mention to Peter Scholes. She exited early from our campaign this year, and her contribution to right till the end has been absolutely invaluable, and sorry we couldn't do it for you, Pete, but we really hope to see you back on court next year. So, yeah. Finally, to our supporters who came across the ditch with us, to all the cowbells and Magic Stars, you guys are amazing, and we look forward to seeing you guys back here next year. Have a wonderful night, Adelaide. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Laura. It's time to welcome back Mark Lolbeck from the ANZ and also Raymond Lovett from the Chair of the ANZ Championship to present the winning team with their medals. So, ladies, if you'd like to come up, in no particular order. The highly skilled mid-courter, Emily Beaton, 16 goal assists today, the highest on court. A young gun in the Thunderbirds lineup, Georgia Beaton. The versatile attacking sensation with 12 goals today, Erin Bell. A star of the game and this premiership side, Kate Beveridge. The girl that has taken the ANZ Championship by storm, Jamaican superstar, 40 from 46 today, Carla Borrego. She came across from the West Coast Fever and is now part of a premiership side, Jasmine Keane. A year to remember for a rising star of the competition, 2 intercepts today, Shani Layton. The last line of the Thunderbirds' defence, what a brilliant job she did today. 4 intercepts, 6 deflections, 2 block shots, Jiva Mental. She was a late entry into the Thunderbird side to replace Jo Sutton, Beth Shimon. Someone who hopes to be a part of more Thunderbirds premiership, Cherie Wingard. Finally, the leaders of this team, one of the game breakers of the competitions, 3 deflections and an intercept today, co-captain of the Adelaide Thunderbirds, Monia Gerard. And last but certainly not least, what a brilliant game she had today, Natalie Von Berto, 8 assists, 2 intercepts, one of the best. And finally, the coach of the Thunderbirds, Jane Woodlands-Thompson. Well, it's a moment they've been waiting for. Please welcome the Honourable Kate Ellis MP, she's a South Australian as well, it's your day today, to present the Adelaide Thunderbirds with the 2010 ANZ Championship Trophy.
just nothing like it. It is absolutely going off behind us here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. And Eddie, we touched on it earlier, the Adelaide Thunderbirds, they wanted it so desperately, didn't they? They absolutely deserve everything that's going on behind us.
Yeah, look, they came out right from the start, played with the urgency. They had Mungrellan on defence. Diva Mentor came away with player of the match up against, you know, the world's best shooter. Really did shut Irene van Dijk down, and they shut that ball flow that has been so successful for the Magic over the last few weeks. They shut that down. So you'd have to say Thunderbirds did their homework, they did it well, and that's the reason why they've won.
It's going to be a big old night in Adelaide tonight, there's no doubt about that, because we've got about 10,000 people here who are just going to be out partying all night. For the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, though, well, they end the season really with some soul-searching in store. What happened?
Look, it just wasn't their day, and that's the cruelty of sport. Some days it's your day, and some days things just don't click. And today it didn't click for the Magic. They just didn't have that rhythm on attack. They didn't have that confidence, and we saw it at times, but they needed to do it for 60 minutes, and that's what grand final netball is all about. You need to come with your A game for the 60 minutes, and they didn't quite do that.
Well, let's hear now from the victorious skipper, Nat Bomberto, who's accepting the trophy for the Adelaide Thunderbirds.
Port Adelaide Football Club, new energy and them on home. Your support is invaluable, so thank you very much. Also to Holden, San Remo, look, you support us so well, and we just thank you so much for all the effort you put in. To Channel 10, 1HD and the ANZ, you've done such a fantastic job getting our sport into the homes of lots of people all around Australia. So thank you so much for helping us get our product out there, and it's really growing in popularity.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. Nat Bomberto absolutely delighted, and so she should be. She led her team beautifully today, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. We often talk about the battle down either end. Diva Mentor was outstanding, Borrego, but certainly in the mid-court she led from the front. She's a tireless player. Natalie Bomberto had a good battle against Laura Langman, but you'd have to say she certainly won that one.
Yep, well, you always say that the mid-courters are the most important people on the court. That's certainly been the case today. From us here in Adelaide, well, we've been delighted to have you company, and we've been delighted also to bring you exclusively live coverage of this grand final. Not so delighted as New Zealand netball fans with the result, because it has been the Adelaide Thunderbirds who've been victorious by 10 goals, 52 to 42. From us live here in Adelaide, though, thanks for your company. We'll see you next season.